Hey guys, it's Steve here from Bloom Audio. The 99 Classics' low price, craftsmanship, and detailed yet warm sound made them a great entry point into audiophile headphones since their release back in 2015. Since then, we've been looking for that next level version that enhances the performance while maintaining its core identity. And with the release of the 109 Pro, we might have finally found what we're looking for. On my own audiophile journey, I started out, as many, thinking Beats were pretty much the best headphones you could get. Till I listened to some Grado and Audio-Technica headphones that were about a third the price of my Beats that delivered things like detail and separation that I just had never heard in headphones before. 99 Classics were my next step in getting that level of detail along with that deep, engaging bass that I had gotten from the Beats. In the time since then, I've come to appreciate a lot of different headphones that provide, just detail and imaging and everything else that far exceeds any of those. But every now and then, I find myself grabbing the 99 Classics just for that lush, engaging sound. At $799, the promise of the 109 Pro is it's going to give us everything we loved about the 99 Classics, along with a level of overall performance that far exceeds them. So, can the 109 Pro really give us everything we wanted? Let's take a closer look. 109 Pro comes in a simple, stylish package. The black box and geometric pattern is similar sensibilities to the Advar box, and then inside we get pretty standard looking headphone case. Now this is a demo unit that was provided to us by Meze, so I can't confirm exactly what's in the retail package. For us, we got one headphone cable similar to what was bundled with the Lyric. I should also note 109 Pro can use the cables from the Lyric or from the 99 Classics. Either series will work there. So the headphones themselves, they have some major design similarities to the 99 Classics, but this yoke design is new, and this headband assembly is all bigger than what was on the 99 Classics. So, and of course, now the pads are velour rather than the leather. There's also a bit more room in the ears. So it's a more comfortable fit, and there's more space between your driver and the ears. That's part of the design there. It's also worth noting that 109 Pro is built in Romania, like Meze's flagship headphones. And just looking at it all around, just an upgrade in the comfort and build over the 99 Classics, but it's a subtle upgrade overall. "109 Pro certainly has a lot of expectations to live up to, especially from Meze fanboys. The question is essentially, how does 109 Pro balance Meze's trademark emotional sound, the higher level of detail and performance that price point demands? Starting with the bass, there's good bass extension, with more of a focus toward the mid bass than the sub bass. But the bass demonstrates really strong detail and texture, and a sense of just a realistic delivery, even as it is somewhat emphasized in the tuning. The mid-range, again, tilts towards the low mids with a subtle warmth to the timbre that really lends a strong emotional feeling to some of those mid-range instruments, whether it's acoustic guitar or piano, maybe cello. And while there's some recession in that 1K to upper mid-range area, vocal presentation is largely very emotional, intimate, but some vocal ranges, particularly a higher range male tenor voice, does feel slightly pulled back and doesn't give you that same engagement you're getting with a more of a baritone or a female contralto type voice. there's a lift back into the treble, and that's where you get that good definition and a really surprising resolution to the sound that shines through the warmth. The soundstage reminds me a little bit of the Meze lyric, where you get some of that same feeling of great width and depth, and it feels like it's really all around you, really strong three-dimensionality there, though it's not particularly wide. The imaging, again, there's great positioning and just a generally lifelike feeling, but it feels more blended than the sort of more intense holographic imaging you get with some headphones. If you're looking for a strong contrast between two headphones at different price points, between the Sundara and 99 Classics at around $300, HE1000 and Empyrean around $3,000, and now the Ananda and 109 Pro about $800, HIFIMAN and Meze always seem up to giving you that comparison. Starting with the build, you can see the differences in philosophies right away. Ananda's design is definitely largely functional, but things like the headband adjustment with the sort of clicky, a little bit of resistance there, versus the simple adjustment on the 109 Pro, even down to the way the material on the ear pads feels, and just the general design. Meze just shows a stronger attention to detail and a little bit more of a focus on the ergonomics and the visual appeal over HIFIMAN here. Well, I think most would agree on the build and comfort comparison between Meze and HIFIMAN, giving the edge there to Meze. The sound is a whole different story. Ananda presents with a slight treble emphasis and a little bit more of a linear bass. And while Ananda does tend to be a little bit more accurate, the two kind of dance on either side of being genuinely neutral, with 109 Pro leading towards the warmth and Ananda leaning towards brightness in general. So one example of that is in the bass, where 109 Pro has a clear emphasis in the mid bass, and Ananda has a more linear bass, but there's some recession down into the sub bass. So you still don't get 100% accurate bass, though it is more accurate than 109 Pros. And you see this again in the mid-range, where 109 Pro is clearly warm with the emphasis in the low mid and giving us a warm timbre to instruments. What Ananda, while it is more neutral, does tend to have a not truly natural timbre. It can get slightly metallic at times in the timbre. So neither of them is 100% reference, though there is, again, more of a pull to neutrality for the Ananda, but still not quite a true reference sound. With 109 Pro, Meze had one job to do, but it wasn't exactly simple. We needed all the fun of the 99 Classics, but a little bit grown up. We needed that bigger helping of detail and that stronger performance. 109 Pro accomplishes all that with an excellent balance of emotional engagement and technical performance that continues Meze Audio's headphone legacy. Thanks for watching. You can check out 109 Pro and a lot of other great headphones at bloomaudio.com. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll be back soon with more hi-fi personal audio content.